Right, what is going on, boys? Welcome everybody back to another objectives guide. Today we're going to be taking a look at the FIFA World Cup Stories Cup, and I'm going to explain how it works and most importantly the squad builder, the requirements for the game mode, and how you can build your squad builder, how you can maximize your chance at winning and getting as much wins, trying to get all 10 of these wins if you can. If you guys do enjoy it, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So first of all, this FIFA World Cup Stories Cup, which we'll just call it the Stories Cup to make it easy for myself, is essentially you have to win a certain amount of games, and I'll show you guys the game mode, the requirements, how much attempts you have got for this as well. But first of all, for winning 2, you will get yourself a 25k pack. For winning 4, you get an 83 plus player pack. Winning 6 is another 25k. With winning 8 is another 83 plus, and lastly, if you win 10, not only do you get an 84 plus gold rare player, but if you see below me, the group rewards is indeed a mega pack and 300 XP if you care about the XP. But honestly, like, if you can complete all of these, if you can get these wins, this does not look too shabby whatsoever. But the most important thing is not so much the objectives, but more so much the game mode and the requirements. So if you want to go ahead, have a look at the game mode, you want to go on over to the play tab, go on over to friendlies, and go on over to play online. And if we do scroll along and see it, it is FIFA World Cup Stories Cup. And as you can see, I will have an arrow pointing to it. The requirements: World Cup players at least 5 in your starting 11. And to clarify, that does not mean path to glory, that does not mean World Cup icons, that means, and specifically means, the World Cup version of the players. So the red card with a little timer at the bottom, all of those red cards that you guys have been collecting, you'll no doubt have a lot in your club. You need at least 5 in your starting 11. You can only have at most 3 countries or regions, and that counts for the bench as well, and you can have 0 lone players. Now if we look on over to the left, we will see the time remaining is 7 days, and you get given 4 matches a day. It refreshes, as you can see, 4 matches, and it says it refreshes in 23 hours and 9 minutes. So what you're going to want to do is make sure every single day, if you've got the time, to play your 4 games. The rules is a classic match, so just like any other game, 6 minutes a half, 12 minutes a full game, rounded up to 15 minutes. It'll be like any other game. Once again, 4 matches a day, 23 hours, or every 24 hours it refreshes, so make sure you make use of them. Obviously, if you get 4 matches a day for the next 7 days, that is going to be, why can I not do this mess? It'll be 28, right? 28 attempts, and you need to win 10 of them. So you need to win 10 out of the 28 games. That's assuming you play all 4 every single day. So if you think you can do it, then this may be for you. When it comes to the requirements, when it comes to the squad builder, what you're going to want to do is we're going to go on over to the FIFA World Cup Stories Cup. We'll go ahead and click it. As you can see, that's my main team. Obviously, it's not going to work. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to make a new team. We're just simply going to call it Cup, all right? Now, what you want to do is, first of all, choose a formation that you're comfortable with. I'm going to stick with a 4-4-2 because I like this formation quite a lot, but I know there's a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, whatever you guys are comfortable with. And as you can see, the requirements below me there as well. Now, when it comes to the World Cup players, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead, select World Cup player, and you're going to want to choose a nation that is very common within your club, and I'll tell you guys why shortly. But let's go ahead and let's go with France. All right, now I've got a lot of good France World Cup players. You need at least 5 of them, so we're going to go for Mainan, we're going to go for Kunde, we're going to go for Ben Yedder, we're going to go for Coman, and we are going to go for Lamar. I think that's pretty solid, and as you can see, we have got all 5 of these lads in here. We'll go ahead, put them in their correct positions, put him down here, him down here. Now, what you want to do is you want to fill in the rest of the spots, but remember, you cannot go over 3 countries or regions. So, once again, this is all, I'm just going to choose France, because I know I've got some solid French players, but this all comes down. Like, if you've got some really good Brazilian players, you'll probably want to choose the World Cup players that are Brazilian in your club rather than France, right? But if we go ahead and look at the normal French players in my club, I've got a lone Mbappe that I cannot use, but I've got a Patrick Vieira, which I can use. I've got a Petit, which I can use at left back. I've got a Konate, which I can use as a left centre back. Once again, just search through the nations and see which your best players are, maybe your best players in your main team. Brazil would have been very viable for me as well. I could have had Marquinhos, Neymar, Bruno Guimaraes with Paqueta, Richarlison up top. So once again, you just want to choose choose a common nation that you know you've got lots of great players in with your club. As you can see, we've still not gone over the countries limit. We're still going to use 2 more countries. So I think that gives me a good opportunity to go ahead and get my main man, which is going to be Vola up top. Remember, you cannot use loans, so this Mbappe I cannot use. So now we've got 2 more positions. We need to make sure they are either German or French. We're going to go for Freddy, which means that on our right back position is going to have to be German or French. As you can see, I've got the at most 3 countries or regions. Now, another thing you want to do is you want to fill out the bench and make sure you do not get a different nation on the bench. For example, the bench does count towards your requirements. If I get a Messi on the bench, it will not let me. As you can see, it counts as a nation. So you're going to want to get a full French, German, or Swedish bench. If you are in my scenario, I'm going to go ahead and go for a full French bench. Okay, that rhymes. Once again, cannot use Mbappe, but screw it, we'll use some more World Cup players. Coincidentally enough, we've got them in. We've got Griezmann in here, Pogba, Ferland Mendy could actually be a brilliant, you know what, in fact, Ferland Mendy, we're going to play as our right back because he's got a 5-star weak foot, so that worked quite well. Once again, make sure you keep the full French bench going. The bench is the most important part, and so much people mistake with the bench because they think it doesn't count towards the countries or regions. But as you can see, I can go into the game with this, and I mean, it's a pretty solid team, isn't it? Now, once you've chosen the formation you like, that goes for custom tactics as well. If you want to set yourself up some custom tactics, copy them from your main team, you can do that. Personally, I'll just go like change it to attacking, and these are already all of my custom tactics that I have for my main team. It's kind of like transferred over, which I think EA have done this year. When you make a new squad, it will already have all your custom tactics, all your normal tactics, disregarding the instructions. So simply have a press after possession loss, a fast build up, a forward runs. You're going to be playing quite attacking, but obviously have your defensive one set up as well, slow build up possession, you've got your drop back going. So just use the custom tactics to how you want to. Obviously custom tactics are all personal, and I think I've just seen a massive spider on my wall. But custom tactics are all personal, they're all what you want to use for yourself. I will leave you guys, if you want to count the custom tactics, as tip number 1. Tip number 2 is going to be chemistry styles. Now with chemistry styles, obviously your main team players should all have chemistry styles like myself, but if you've got the World Cup players, chances are you've not applied a chem style. For example, my Ben Yedder, I would love to get a Hunter on Ben Yedder. I would love to get maybe an Engine, maybe a Hawk on Lamar, maybe want to get a Marksman, something like that on Coman, just to make them that much better in game. Lads, good luck. Happy grinding. Once again, just to repeat, choose a World Cup nation, a popular nation that you know you've got lots of great players with, and like players in your main team from that same nation. For me, it was France, because then I can make use of my Vieira, Konate, Petit, etc. Get your best players in. Make sure you do not go over the 3 country limit. The bench does count towards that as well. And along with that, if you do have some room for some super subs, or some good French super subs in my case, then you could always sub them on. Make sure to set it up in custom tactics and a formation you're familiar with, and make sure to make use of your chemistry styles. Use all 4 games every single day to maximize your chances at getting all 10 wins. Good luck, lads. Let me know down below. How's the grind going for you guys? Is it tricky? Is it difficult? Or yeah, let me know. Much love, boys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.